guys, up here. We'll be finishing reaction to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Operation Turnabout, Episode 3. It's part 1 of 2. This will be 2 of 2, so yeah, I'm gonna be finishing this up. Yeah, I actually got a game called that's the newer Zelda Luminary, or the Windwalker, or whatever they call it. I could never get past the node level. I mean, the starter zone, because I keep freezing to death in the mountains.
Huh. This guy's pretty funny.
Well, I know the berries are supposed to help, but...
Okay, these are a maybe.
Yeah. Plus, I hate how your weapons degenerate or deteriorate over time. It sucks. So, yeah. Game kind of got boring real quick. Kind of wasted my money on that. But anyway, let's get to the video. A 3, a 2, and a 1.
Ooh, this is a nice place.
Looks like our doctor isn't in at the moment, though.
You know what they say, Nick. When the cat's away, the mice look for decisive evidence.
You should ask for permission first.
Just don't break anything. We wouldn't want to overstay our welcome. Difficult-looking medical books stand in a formidable row. They mock me. They don't match my legal books in size and number. Luckily, I don't have to understand any of them.
I wonder what's in these. Let's find out. Nick! I think I might have caught Cocoonus australis!
The what?
Huh? But you haven't even shown symptoms of having anything.
That's what worries me. It says here that in the beginning there are no symptoms.
Same with coronavirus.
Not to worry, Miss Faye. That parasite is only endemic to Australian wetlands. You should be safe.
Hello, Dr. Siegfried.
Doing a little independent studying, are we? That's all right.
And snooping around in your lab,
it would be more
too.
polite to wait for the owner of the book to return from his rounds and ask him permission first.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No harm done.
I mean, how old
Go
are
ahead
you?
and keep reading
Seriously.
if you wish. I doubt you two are here for a routine checkup, though. What can I do for you?
We'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
By all means, ask away.
You were the first person to visit Captain Harvey on Absolution Day. Can you tell us more about your meeting?
I don't know what to tell you, really. Our
To
meeting
be
was more
honest, I
about
totally
practical
forgot what
arrangements than
Absolution Day
feedback.
was.
What kind of arrangements?
We had to
guess
discuss
it's the
some
day of the
things
murder?
related to his health. I'm afraid I cannot go into detail due to patient-doctor confidentiality. I'm sure that as a lawyer, you know that confidentiality doesn't end at death. However, I have received a court order to testify about it tomorrow, the only time I am able to disclose this information.
Guess we'll have to wait until tomorrow then for those details. We're now pursuing suicide as a possible cause of death for Harvey. Do you believe it's plausible that he took his own life?
All things considered, I am inclined to give a careful yes. He did seem rather anxious and uneasy throughout our conversation. I had never seen him act like that before. Although the lack of a suicide note is troubling. I'm sure he'd try to have the last word, even in
I thought
death.
suicide people would just
How
kill
well did
themselves
you
and
know
that's it.
Captain
No,
Harvey?
just say,
He was a
F the
regular
world.
patient of mine, but we kept chit-chat to a minimum. What I know of his true colors, I've heard from Lieutenant Victoria.
Speaking of her, you two seem to know each other pretty well.
That's true. Irene and I go all the way back to our shared alma mater, the Allied Nations Military Academy.
But you're a doctor. How come you studied in a military academy?
The AN
More money?
Academy offers a rigorous integrated course in general, crisis, and disaster medicine. That's something I always aim to specialize in, so it fit right up my alley. It's a funny story how we two met. I was on my 4th year and had been assigned as a co-instructor on a first aid course for the engineering freshmen. However, there was an odd number of participants on the course, and one of them was left without a pair for the practicals. that girl happened to be Irene. So I
Is
paired up with her
Irene
for
the
that
one with the
afternoon,
eye patch?
the next afternoon, and the afternoon after that.
I'm bad at remembering
We got
people's
to know
names.
each other pretty well during the course and found out we
Downside
enjoyed each
of
other's
autism.
company. We've been friends ever since. Both of us are passionate about helping people in our own ways. I heal the ailed and she demolishes the obstacles
I mean,
of a
autism
brighter
doesn't
future.
exactly
In the end, fate
have
would
100%
us
about
both assigned
memory
here
of
on the same
names. It's
regiment.
just memory in
I
general is
certainly
kind
am not
of screwy.
complaining.
Let's return to the events of Absolution Day. Did you call the Iron Chamber at any point?
I did. When I found Mike's note, I immediately called Captain Harvey's office and asked him to send Private November back.
Why?
What would you have done? We had a man desert his guard duties to sneak off for an unscheduled meeting. It might not seem like a big deal, but that kind of behavior is simply not acceptable. I had promised Mike his due time with Harvey after Irene's meeting, so it's just a question of impatience. Then again, I guess we're all a little guilty of impatience. I tried calling Harvey again just moments later to make sure he had sent Mike off, but the line seemed to have gone dead.
He must have tried calling the office after Mike pulled the kill switch.
Oh yeah, no power, no phone.
Luckily, he came
That's why
back
people
soon
use
enough.
cell phones.
What did you do after Private November returned then?
I left Irene to handle the situation and went back to the hospital. I was
This is probably
just
that
starting my
before
round when I
cell
heard
phones
the
were
alarm
invented.
siren go off in the distance.
Hey, look, Nick, on the windowsill. Tiny
Eh?
horse sculptures. Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, I said
Please
I
be
did
careful
it.
with My Little Ponies, Miss Fair. They are rather...
I did a reaction to that one too. About
Arranged like this.
Rainbow Dash being
Looks as if the rainbow-colored one is on trial.
yeah.
Huh.
She was being
giving
guilty
me the
for
strangest case
proving
of
guilty
déjà vu.
about murdering someone when she actually
That's
did.
just silly. As if a pony would ever need an attorney.
Everything
And
okay,
Twilight
Nick?
summoned him to
You've
help.
been staring at the arrangement awfully long.
I think they erased his memory or
I'm
something.
fine. Just appreciating the art. And there's a whole lot of it, too. Where have you gotten all this from?
Oh, I made all of it myself. Sculpting is a hobby of mine.
Wow, that's really amazing.
I suppose
could've
I
sworn
am
they
somewhat
did this
skilled with my
already.
hands. It's funny how plaster can be used both for casts and works of art. I should show you sometime. Ah, that's my pager. I'm afraid I'm needed elsewhere for now.
Thank you for your time, Doctor. You've been very helpful.
That's what I like to hear. You keep up the good work, too.
Off he goes.
You can put that book away now.
It was an interesting read, for sure. Did you know that a tapeworm can grow up to 10 meters long inside your guts?
Fascinating, but not very helpful to our case.
Don't say that. Maybe one day tapeworms end up being decisive evidence.
That will be the day I officially quit. Anyway, we might benefit from another visit to the crime scene. Let's head there next.
Hmm, 63580.
Hey there, Detective Gumshoe.
You're mistaken, pal. Nothing but us cardboard boxes here.
We can still see you. Your frame doesn't quite fit to hide there.
Fine.
Why are you trying to hide from us?
Well, I don't know. Every time I talk to you, my salary ends up getting sliced.
I'm sorry, Detective.
The fault's not entirely in you, pal. It's not like I have much left to lose, so I might as well go all in. What do you want?
Poor Gumshoe.
Have you uncovered anything new, Detective?
I've learned that Miss Von Karma has a berserk mode, at least.
This was a murder! Find the evidence that proves it!
I see.
The poor guys at the scene are going through the place with a microscope for the 5th time, I think. We
I could've sworn I did this.
Together any documents shredded by the explosion. Ms. Von Karma's leaving no stone unturned. She even ordered a new autopsy report.
Sounds like it's gonna be a tough day in court tomorrow.
Yeah, good luck. You're gonna need it, pal.
How are things going with the mystery box?
I'm up at 63581.
Whoa! Did you sleep at all last night?
Not a blink. I stayed up all night trying the combinations.
Okay, Detective, that's a little bit too obsessive. Maybe you should hand that box to us for a while.
No way, pal. This has become personal now. Dick Gumshoe will not be beaten by some hunk of metal. I will have that raise.
For Detective Gumshoe's sanity, I really hope there's something worthwhile inside. Mind if we go take a look at the scene?
Each and every one of you owes me for this oversight. I will not tolerate a single more instance of foolishness.
It's your funeral, pal.
On second thought, I don't think we need to see the scene again after all.
Yeah, me neither.
We'll come back later if we have to. For now, let's go look for information elsewhere.
Yeah, I think they did this in episode
Juliet can give
2.
assistance again.
So it's kind of like they're reusing
Where'd
stuff.
that ladder come from?
Maya, it's clearly a stepladder.
So what's the difference?
I'll tell you the difference, maggots.
This guy.
That is neither a ladder nor a stepladder. That particular piece of equipment is an Allied Nations issue tactical wall scaling device, ANITWS. Thanks to you two nosy reporters I got to spend last night in those godforsaken woods. I hope you're happy.
Sir, we're not reporters. If you would just listen.
I am speaking now.
We were just on our way to see Lieutenant Victoria.
Yeah? Tough luck, cause the lass ain't here. The cops came and took her down to precinct for some Q&A.
Oh.
Hey, Nick!
Oh, that
We
sucks.
haven't really had a proper conversation with Staff Sergeant Tennant yet.
Yeah, because he's a dick.
Oh no! You think you can get a special interview or some crap like that? Dream on, son, cause Lieutenant ain't saying a word.
But you just...
Not a word!
Oh, great.
Maybe we can show him something that'll get us on the same wavelength.
Staff Sergeant Tennant, please take a look at this.
Oh, you trying to impress me with that pathetic little button? Now these are a real man's medals.
And this is a genuine attorney's badge. My badge.
Not reporters then, after all, I see. You're not thinking of suing me, are you, son?
No need to worry. We're Private Mike November's defense team. I'm Phoenix Wright, and this is my lovely assistant, Maya Fey.
You're the one who's trying to get the kid off the hook. Well, why didn't you say so in the first place?
Maybe now we can get more information and less decibel out of them. We'd like to have a word with you.
Shoot.
We heard you saw Captain Harvey on Absolution Day. Can you tell us more about your meeting with him?
Hey, how the hell did you know that?
Weren't you at the trial? The list of Harvey's visitors was brought up several times.
Oh, I was going to attend, but I got a bit carried away during my orienteering practice and ended doing a half marathon. Not because I got lost or anything, no sir.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, you were asking me about my meeting with Rockface Harvey. It was a tough choice, but instead of going to camp, I chose to stay and give Harvey what he was trying so hard to avoid. That no-good pompous tread.
I guess you two weren't too close either?
That's a laugh. The guy was constantly harassing me and my men, coming down and acting all high and mighty when we were training. Difference between me and Harvey is that I only shout to my troops when shouting is needed, believe it or not. Now, I'm a guy with high standards, but Harvey pushed us all to the very limits of our sanity. But he had more rank than me, so all I could really do was tell the guys to grit their teeth and roll with it.
What of November?
That sucks.
Oh, that poor sob. Harvey couldn't find anything that displeased him. He'd always turn in November and point out some menial thing that the kid had done wrong. Think he even made up a couple. Granted, November ain't no miracle kid to work with, but he always gives his best. At least I damn well hope he does. Anyway, on Monday, I was at the Iron Chamber at 1100 hours sharp, but Dr. Siegfried took his sweet-ass time talking with a cap. I swear the guy needs to be taught a lesson in efficiency. Once I finally got in, I began giving Harvey a little lecture on leadership. He'd even left my own ears ringing for a while.
Did you notice anything strange?
Like what? I didn't pay much attention to anything apart from the look of rage on his face. Priceless, I say. Why, I wish there was a medal I could get from that.
You have pretty many of them as is.
What are you saying? A man can never have too much chest candy. That's why I left to train on my orienteering skills straight after lunch. I
And
still need to
remember,
earn the
do you get
medals
like
for
so
it.
many buttons and then they suddenly
You were orienteering the
replace them with something bigger,
Yes,
or
sirree, a good jog helps melt all
you just
the
keep
chaff.
going until you're all shiny?
But it doesn't make for a very convincing alibi.
Was a good thing I heard the sirens too. I needed some confirmation where the regiment was. What was odd though, was that they went on for like a whole 10 minutes. It was like there was an air raid going on or something. Not that I complain. Helped me navigate back to the regiment. Not that I was lost.
Of course you weren't.
We heard you had lunch with Lieutenant Victoria and Dr. Siegfried. Are you friends?
I'd say colleagues, more like. Victoria's a fine lady. She ain't stuffy and snot-nosed like some other Academy officers, and she knows her trade inside out. I'm happy that she gets to run the show now that old Rockface kicked the bucket.
And Dr. Siegfried?
Gets on my nerves sometimes with his smart-ass attitude. But hey, he's no soldier. No reason to judge the guy too hard by it. He knows what he does, and he does it well. Let it be known that Lieutenant ain't no girly gossip. But I think the two may be closer than they let on.
Oh, scandalous!
None of my business, really. I'm glad we got them to balance out Harvey, though.
What do you mean?
Some 4 years ago, the old cap retired, and we were left wondering which one of our officers was gonna fill his boots. Then, out of nowhere, the brass names that rock-faced Harvey from outside the regiment for the job. I don't know what qualifications he had, but they sure weren't in people skills. Dr. Siegfried and Lieutenant Victoria started working here on the same day Harvey took control. Two good eggs help balance out one rotten, I guess.
So they all started working here on the same day, I see.
About those medals.
They're beautiful, no? I work my ass off for every single one of these. Proudly say that I can recognize and name every single medal awarded by the Allied nation in various armed forces. When it comes to medals and awards, Lieutenant's your man.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle. What?
Okay.
Sorry, I was expecting something cool to happen for some reason.
You act so weird sometimes, Nick.
Says the spirit medium.
Hey, don't we have something he might be able to help with?
Oh yeah! Could you please help us identify a medal?
No problem. Show it to me and I'll tell you in a split second.
Here you go.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Hold it there, son! No, it can't be. Are you trying to pull some sort of sick joke on me, Buster?
No, what are you even talking about?
Don't say you don't recognize it.
Oh, I do recognize it, all right. Real question is, where the hell did you get this? Who does it belong to?
This is Captain Harvey's medal. His name is engraved on the back.
That explains a lot of things.
Can you just please tell us what it is?
You really are clueless. Fine. What you got there is called the Dove of Fidelity. That's one medal nobody ever wants to be awarded with, and I'll tell you why. It's also known as the Last Man Standing medal, and Dove of Death.
The Dove of Death?
Precisely. This medal is awarded for the survivors of attacks or incidents that have wiped out nearly their entire unit. It's a way of sending the few remaining members off the field for good. It actually makes me feel a bit sorry for the man. Surprised he ever chose to wear a uniform again after that.
Jeez.
Do you have any idea what sort of incident it may have been?
This is pretty dead serious. I wouldn't dare start guessing wildly. The past is the past, anyway.
Not if it still affects the future. What if it's the reason Harvey committed suicide?
You'll be hard-pressed to prove something like that, son. You can't exactly ask the dead, can you?
Or can we, Mom?
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking, but it's out of the question for me to channel Captain Harvey's spirit, for several reasons. First, there are practical issues. Summoning the spirit of someone outside my immediate family requires a proper ceremony and a place. We don't have the time to prepare for it. Even if we did, I would refuse to do it. I do not want this to become another DL6.
Because spirits too can lie. I understand. We'll find another way.
Maybe I'll bury him in a pet cemetery.
Well, I have no idea what you two just went on about. I guess the second best thing would be to check out his service record, but I doubt Captain Bernard's going to let you. The man's so goddamn uptight about everything. You two have gotten me interested, so tell you what. You keep the kid from trouble for one more day, and old Lou's gonna look into this for you. See if I can find out anything.
Really? That would be amazing!
Call it morbid curiosity, but I want to get to the bottom of this as much as everybody else. I'm gonna get started right away. The faster, the faster. See you around.
Well, at least he's being useful.
We find ourselves at Fate's
Or helpful.
mercy again. While people have agreed that Captain Harvey's death may have been a suicide, it's something that is extremely hard to prove with current evidence. We've learned some interesting facts, but the shroud of mystery still masks the true events of Absolution Day. For now, we're forced to see what Francisca's technical reinvestigation brings to the table and work with that. Hopefully we can use the results to our advantage. The only thing that is certain is that this battle is far from over.
But how many days will they give you? It's still going to keep going because there's a little bit more left.
I feel we're starting to run out of
These guys.
here.
Oh, don't be like that. There's plenty of things we have yet to try.
That's right, Mr. Edgeworth. There has to be some creative way we haven't yet figured out.
Like what? Selling my soul to the devil for a plane ticket?
Really?
Did somebody mention selling souls?
I think so. Let's talk business.
And there goes the rest of my sanity.
What? No shock and awe?
Yeah, I'm disappointed. We used a considerable amount of hell for the pyrotechnics.
Well, I thought it was amazing.
Leata Garasu still does it better.
Tough crowd, huh? Anyway, behold and bow before Lahara.
How come their mouths don't move a lot, but the others do?
And his gorgeous vassal, Beauty Queen Etna.
Just get to the point.
People just don't take demonic overlords seriously these days.
I should just conquer the human world and teach them some proper respect. Remind me to add that to my to-do list.
Sure thing, Prince.
Now, about your soul. Want to swap it for this plane ticket? It'll get you on the next flight out of here.
How long will he ask to give up his soul?
As an added bonus, you'll get a one-way ticket to the Netherworld once you kick the bucket. Absolutely free.
It was sarcasm.
You sure? I think you'd look dazzling as a prinny.
Okay, enough! This is our post-episode interlude. You can't just barge in and act like you own it. You're not even part of the series canon.
But we are part of the AU canon.
Yeah, after retcon.
That's just because Lord Ivan didn't do his background research.
Still doesn't give you the right to mock things up.
Oh yeah? Just watch me. Roll the clip! Up in the sky! Look! It's a gargoyle. It's a flying warship. It's Super Solicitor!
What the?
Objecting faster than a speeding bullet, fabulous secret powers were revealed to this amazing...
Anyway, that's my reaction to Phoenix Wright, episode 3, 2 of 2. Hope you guys liked the reaction, and have a nice day.